This is similar to a lot of situations in today's society where people just want to be treated equally. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Tyler Simone and you are watching Reading in Black. Today we're going to talk about book talk. I felt like this was important to talk about because there was an article that came out earlier today for the New York Times that was all about how book talkers, yes, book talk is a thing, book talkers are being paid for the content that they put on TikTok. And the reason why this is something we're talking about is because content creators who are on other platforms such as Bookstagram or YouTube are not being paid for their work. And this is definitely an ongoing conversation that content creators have been trying to have for a while now. They want for publishers to pay them for their content opposed to sending them free books because, free books definitely don't pay the bills. And if you're a content creator who creates content centered around books, you know that reading a book and reviewing it takes time. Reading a book alone takes time, but sitting down and trying to construct your thoughts and recording a video and putting it together and finding music for it and putting content out into the world is a lot of work. And so with this new news about TikTokers making money off of their content, people are not very happy. We all know how powerful social media is, and the fact that brands have been using influencers to market their brands. Influencers are pretty much creating content in exchange for one, publicity, and two, payment, sometimes both. But some content creators are not making any money at all. This conversation is definitely not new. Content creators have been trying to get publishers to pay them for their work for quite some time now, especially creators of color. But I think that it's coming back up to the surface because TikTok just seems to grow more and more every day. For the content creators who create content for YouTube and for Bookstagram, it's a little bit disappointing, or a lot of it disappointing, to see creators creating content and getting paid for it when they're essentially doing the same thing that you're doing or less work. Now, I don't know if this is a conversation that's being had amongst people who are talking about this whole book talk situation, but I can see why some creators may feel like they put in so much for so little. They're putting together video after video consisting of all of their opinions and an actual review on a book, and TikTokers are now being paid to simply showcase the book. Book content creators are really confused at this point because they don't understand why publishers have enough money to pay book TikTokers and not Bookstagrammers and Booktubers. It doesn't really make any sense. At this point, with the way that social media works, there's really no excuse for not being able to contact Bookstagrammers and Booktubers to also pay for content. Now, depending on how you look at this, it definitely can be taken personally because content creators of color specifically have not been getting paid for their content for ever, really. But something else tells me that there's another part of this as far as their reasoning behind not paying Bookstagrammers and Booktubers. I think that it may be a business decision. I think that TikTok has become this huge phenomena and book talk is a niche that is growing, and they're just trying to get in where they can. This is similar to a lot of situations in today's society where people just want to be treated equally. The content creators on the other platforms outside of TikTok want to be paid for their content just like creators on TikTok. And so yes, creators, including myself, are confused. Also, I am personally surprised that publishers have not really jumped on this bandwagon as far as influencer marketing is concerned, because every other industry has pretty much taken advantage of the fact that influencers have a very strong influence on society, specifically the younger generation. And so content creators having this conversation still, it popping up every few months, is just getting a little old. I wish publishers would listen a little more. To close out this video, I personally feel like all content creators should be paid for their work because creating content is not an easy thing to do. It is very time consuming. It takes a lot of drive and energy and planning and consistency. Anybody who puts out content needs to be compensated for their work, whether they're on TikTok or Bookstagram, on Twitter, wherever it is. At this point, it is no secret that some content creators are getting paid and others are not. So something has to give at some point. We can't keep having this conversation. It's just been going on for too long at this point. But yes, that's how I feel about this topic of conversation. Let me know how you feel down below. If you are reading along with me for the month of March for Diverseathon 2021, I will be doing a review of Homegoing very soon. I hope you're enjoying your book set in Ghana. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there will be a link down below with all the information that you need. Let me know if you like this style of video. I've been enjoying doing these videos lately where I talk about things that are happening in the literature world. I just find it interesting to research, and I like hearing your opinions on what I'm talking about after I put these videos out. So please let me know how you feel about them. I post a new video every Tuesday, so subscribe if you are not already so that you don't miss anything else. And I hope to see you next week. Bye.